Hey guys, welcome back to RL Design Innovation. My name's Brian, and today we have a fun project. I received several emails of folks asking how to use the circular array tool within Lightburn to create some geometric patterns that can then be used to create some coasters for drinks. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to show you how to create some really cool designs from scratch, then create a coaster from scratch, put the design in there, put some text on there. But here's the thing, we're going to use Backerboard. We're going to make these disposable coasters. Say you can have a party, 10 people, 20 people, whichever. You make the coasters. When after the party, you throw them away and have a lot of fun doing it. So let's get going. Okay, so we're in Lightburn. I put some images on here. You can do whatever you like. The first thing I want to show you is how to make that spirograph pattern homemade without using clip art or anything, just by drawing something. So I'm going to take a box just for the heck of it, one here. I'm going to do like this, right? Now I'm going to take this pattern, I'm going to weld them. So I'm going to highlight all of them. I'm going to go over here and use the weld button. It gets a little hollow, right? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make like a little tail on here. Let's see. Let's see. We're just going to try to make some crazy design. Okay, that's it. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to shrink this, group this so it's one item, shrink it a little more, something like this. And again, it's a basic shape. You have 3 squares I took, add a little tail. Now I'm going to highlight it, and we're going to use something called, right over here, the circular array. I'm going to click it, and right away it starts producing that. But let's add, now if we add a little more, it gets tighter, and you get more of a geometric pattern. That's pretty cool. So I'm going to put this on the side. I'll move this over here. And what's nice about this, when you create your own patterns like you just saw I did, and you like it, what I normally do is I take this sample that I created, put it here. I take the original design that is left after you move it. I save this, I give it a name. So in the future, if I want to use that geometric pattern that I created last year, 2 years ago, whichever, I pull it up and then I can put it into something else. Great thing to do. You can, it's just your imagination is limitless with this. So that's one. Let's take, so I won't think I'm crazy, let's take a cat. Something like this. Let me just put it at the black layer. Make this a little smaller, something like that. Let's do the same thing. Circular array. Now let's little less. Something like that. Look how beautiful that is. And all that is from taking cats and putting them in the array. People don't realize you can take a truck, a car, fruit, anything, and it makes such an amazing design. Let's take a whale. Okay, it's an animal, another animal. We'll put right here, put it right there so you can see. Circular array. There you go. And I'm just going to change this. You could go right here. And you could change the start, the end, how many steps. You could change the steps. That gives you another different flavor. Look how nice. I'm just changing the steps when we go back here. I think that's pretty cool. So I went down to 40 steps and there's 80 rotations. Now, look how nice that looks from a whale. Pretty cool. Now we're going to do, let's do one more. People don't realize you can use words. So I took a word, baby, I put it into a script format. Let's do the same thing. Look how cool that looks. It looks almost like a ribbon. We're going to make it a little looser. Right there, leaving the rotation, the steps at 40. I really like that. Trying to give you some ideas for creating different designs without having to buy clip art or anything. Just by taking what you have and you can make these geometric patterns. Now, let's create a coaster. So let me go into my camera. I have a little wooden coaster in here. Let me update the overlay. Let me show it. Now, let me show you how you can create your own coaster. So we're going to get a rectangle tool. We're going to go from here and about here. You could be smaller, bigger, whatever you like. Okay, so that's that. Let me get this out of here. Take the actual wooden coaster out of here. Now I'm going to update again. Okay, now we have the box, but let me not show this for a second. Now let me show you what we're going to do. Let me get to the selection tool. You select. Now what we want to do to get that rounded corners, you go to shape properties, and there's something called corner radius. So let me zoom in so you can see what happens. If I do a negative radius, look what happens. It starts going inward. Think of things that you can do from frames, you can do on cutting boards when you're doing the track on a cutting board, juice track around there using these patterns. Now let's go the other way. And this is how you get the nice corner radius. So if I zoom out, you'll see it did all 4 of them. So we're good with that now. Now what I want to do is I'm going to do 3 of these today. So I'm going to hit Control C, 1V, 2V. So there should be 2 copies of it right here. And there is. So now let's bring back, there's the cardboard, or I should say the Backerboard. Again, what's nice about Backerboard, it's not expensive. You can make all of these coasters disposable for birthday parties, for any type of event, anniversaries, even a business party. You can customize it. You get the Backerboard. It's a nice sturdy piece. You could even use cork. They sell cork sheets. You could do the same thing. Now, that's going to be my cut layer, is the black. Okay? Now let's bring in some designs. Let's bring in this one. This was the whale. It's too big. Let me put it over here, shrink it a little bit. I'm going to make this red over here. I'm going to put this on here like this. Okay, let's say it's a happy birthday. So I'm going to bring in some text. Now, say you're not familiar on how do you get that curve. When you put text in right over here, you see this right here, this little circle. You click it and it allows you to change the angle. The other thing is you want to center this. You want this to be maybe something like this. Now, how does that look? Alt-P, and there it is. Happy birthday. Now, let's say we were doing, I don't know, say it's another party, and we're going to put this on here. You can do whatever you'd like. Again, let's put happy birthday on here. Or actually, let's do something else. Let's say, great job. Great job. Not John, job, if I can type. Now let's change the font. Let me move this out of the way so you can see as we're doing this. Let's change the font. This would be a great font for Halloween. I have 1,700 fonts in here. I'm just going to pick one. Let's do this one, okay? We'll hit okay. Not going to go crazy. Gonna put this on here. Now, here's the thing. Once you create this template, I can put 8 of the coasters on here, or possibly a little more. What you can do in the future is once you lay it out, we're gonna have 2 layers on here. I'm gonna make all of the colors, the etchings red. Number 2. All these will be this, okay? The black is gonna be the cut layer. Let me make this a little smaller. I want it to be overpowering. And you could do whatever you like. A great job right there. Okay, now I'm going to put a frame in. I have this frame right here. And I'm going to change all the layers in a sec. I'm going to put this light about here. I'm thinking, why don't we put a cat on here? Let's make this a little smaller. Let's put one here. A little smaller again. Like about that. One right here. And then another one right here, like they're looking in the mirror. Okay? And then what are they looking at in the mirror? Let's say they're going to be looking at this. Let's make this a little smaller. Right like that. Now, if I did, all these, like I said, 8 of these, I save it, and in the future I could change the graphics and do whatever I like. Again, the black layer is going to be the cut, so I'm going to move that down. The red layer, I'm going to move up, go to the red layer. I go to etch, and I say assign. So 225, and I'm going to make this a line. Okay, and the cut is the cut. Okay, again, as you engrave and cut and etch other products, always create in your material library the product, whatever it is, the thickness of that piece, and what you're doing, etching, cutting, whichever, and then assign it, and that way in the future you build up this library. It comes in so handy. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna assign the text as the green layer so that we can make those a fill. Okay, we'll move that up over here, and I'm gonna do $200. Let's do 24. Okay. Oh, that's going to be a fill. Okay. This, you can exit out here. This guy right here, that's going to be a red layer. This red layer right here, the picture frame, I'm going to make that a solid. Okay. The cats right there, they're going to be red as well. Red. Okay, I think we are good now. Let's see. Red 220. Now let's focus. Let's Alt P. That looks great. Let's make, I think, this one. There we go. Sometimes you have to hide a layer in order to work on it. Let's see how that is. Just because it gets in the way. I think that looks good right there. Right? All right. I think we are set to go. One more time. Alt P. That looks great. Okay. We focused. Now let's go. Okay. So it is done. What we have to do now is go in and just rotate the coasters over so we can now engrave the back. So I'm going to do that. Let me flip them. Let me update the overlay. And what we're going to do now is we're not going to do the black layer because that's the cut. And again, just to show it, always, this is what I always do, Alt P. And now we just run it again and we're doing the back. That is it. So let's get going. Okay, so it is done. Okay, so this is one of them. Now really nice. Both sides. Okay, great job. Here is happy birthday. Again, this used the whales to go around. Again, back side. And then this. Cat's looking into the mirror, mesmerized by the little picture, and this was made from the word baby, if you recall. Again, both sides. So I hope you enjoyed today, that you learned how to use the circular ray tool and create amazing designs that your only limitation is your imagination. And thank you for joining today. Please subscribe, thumbs up. Hope you learned something. Hope you had some fun. You learned a lot of different techniques today that you can take with you and develop and create tons and tons of different artwork. So thank you so much. Till next time.